Helen for the 250s. Ricky Carmichael hoping for his second consecutive moto victory to take away the big trophy. There's Jeremy McGrath. 5th place in the first moto. Probably disturbs him a little bit because this is his only motocross race of the season.
You don't see him have 2 bad motos or 2 bad main events. This guy is usually able to make adjustments, and I'm anxious to see if he can pick it up. He's going to have to.
So Brian Renshaw with the 30-second board. When it goes sideways, it's 5 to 10 seconds, and the gate will drop. They're revving up. We're just about set to go for our moto number 2 from Glen, Helen. It's Tortelli out in front. Sebastian Tortelli, number 21 of Team Honda.
Once again, his teammate Kevin Windham right there. So Honda's got the horsepower. This time, Ricky Carmichael's up the inside, challenging Kevin.
And David Villeman in good position. There's Carmichael in 2nd place, number 4. Already making a move on Windham quickly.
Better start for LaRocco. He just came by, and a much better start for McGrath. So maybe he can stay in contact with these guys and try to figure out how they're going so fast.
2 former winners here at Glen Helen. LaRocco winning in 93, McGrath in 96. There's number 21, our leader, Tortelli. Number 4, Carmichael. Albie. Number 2's in good position, McGrath.
He was kind of buried in the pack the first moto. This time he's ahead of Villeman right there. You can see the leaders are all right there. This is right where Jeremy needs to be. He needs to learn. I think if he had the whole shot, I don't know if he learned enough in the first moto to be able to hold those guys off. He had probably a little bit too much pressure, and he's ready to deal with.
Last race of the day, David Bailey. How about that track?
It's terrible right now. I don't mean to, it's in bad condition and they've done a bad job here. They've done a beautiful job, and the track has just had so much wear and tear. It's gotten so rough now that picking lines is going to be difficult. Villeman down the inside. There he goes again. That inside has worked all day. Works on McGrath. But look how rough. The outside there's rougher. The inside's a deeper rut.
And Carmichael cutting in front of Tortelli now. Ricky Carmichael. Wow, what a day he's having.
You know, he realizes how important it is to attack this class and not show any weakness, not wait. There are too many riders in this class now that can challenge. You see McGrath at the tail end of just a freight train of talent. Carmichael wants to lead this class and make his presence known right away that he is going to be the dominant figure.
A millisecond losing your focus, though, on this track, and it's over.
And it is as rough as I've ever seen it. That berm right there has gotten so deep. These guys are dragging their foot pegs. Now take a look at this. Tortelli should have just stayed in the berm and taken his line, but he backs out of it a little bit, sensing the presence of Carmichael. Carmichael really didn't have that pass made as far as I'm concerned. Tortelli just backed out a little bit.
And so Tortelli, number 21, now has to pay the price, moving back to 2nd place. He's not letting Carmichael get away, however.
No, he knows that he can't let him get a lead and just reel him back in. He's got to stay as close as he can and just bother Ricky all day. If he stays there the whole time, Ricky will start to worry towards the end. Lappers, you get tired, you lose your focus. And Tortelli's got to stay close enough to be on the mind of Ricky. If you let him go, he can go this pace all day.
This is an amazing track with the soil changes, the elevation. It's steeper than Washougal, faster downhills, lots of passing room. It's such a unique track. And to see these guys battle like they are right now, as Tortelli's starting to pick up a bit on Carmichael.
These guys have raised the bar so high, and in the process, just dropped third.
Sebastian's mechanic is Shane Drew. He's with Davey.
Well, Shane, for as long as you've been working with Sebastian, have you ever seen him get starts like he has today?
No, but he's been doing a lot of practicing on his start, so maybe it's finally paying off.
What about Carmichael, though? You get the whole shot in the second moto. The kid comes up right away on the first lap.
Yeah, well, no doubt Carmichael's fast on the first few laps. You see that in the Supercrosses all the time, but he hasn't checked out on him yet, so I think Sebastian's just biding his time.
All that practicing on his driveway last year must have helped out a little bit, David.
Yeah, and plus the neighbors just love that. I'll tell you what, though, they're probably glad they live next to him. A star like him, a world traveler, world champion, and he's a nice guy.
Wonderful young man. Larry Ward leading this train with Ezra Lusk in 2nd place.
But look at the company he's got. A much better start for LaRocco this time. Lusk is probably trying hard to improve on his first moto performance, so Larry is not off the hook here. A much better start, but he's going to have to ride for his life here to hold these guys off.
6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. in this train. Lust, number 11. LaRocco, number 5. LaRocco looking for an opportunity to get by Ezra.
He's fighting, crosses over his line right there, loses a little bit of time.
Steve Lamson still in his riding gear. 125 rider looking at the 250s as this battle takes place. Ezra Lusk has moved in front of Larry Ward, and here comes Mike LaRocco. Robbie Rayner's behind LaRocco. LaRocco just shifts to the inside. A little tiny bump there and accelerates in front of Ward. But look at Raynard coming to the inside. Robbie Raynard having a very frustrating Supercross season, injuring that deltoid nerve muscle, and just had a very rugged time of it.
Trying to come back. I mean, you can see at times in heat races and such, he could get out, get a whole shot, pull away from the best. But, you know, at 4 or 5 laps in, he fades, and here he's got a brand new series. Look at that inside line, gets by Ward. He's been fast. LaRocco is moving up through the pack, and as a matter of fact, LaRocco had the fastest lap times of the first moto, and Raynard is matching his pace right now.
Out in front, our Honda scoreboard shows that Carmichael, Tortelli, Wyndham, Albertine, and McGrath in 5th. Battle between Villeman and McGrath continues. Villeman moves in front of Jeremy this time.
Well, it's heading up into the big horseshoe, and Jeremy has been fighting. I think a little mistake or something by Villeman allowed Jeremy to get back around, but he has been hounding Jeremy. Finally gets around right there, and I think Villeman can sense that the leaders are starting to check out. He knows he can run their pace, and he's got to get by Jeremy to have a chance.
The fans simply thrilled to see Jeremy on the track one more time. It is his only motocross. A guy who has 70 Supercross wins and 15 250 motocross wins. Just great to see him on the track. Let's go down to Davey now, who's with the mechanics.
You're watching Randy Lawrence, Jeremy McGrath's mechanic. Remember, Jeremy McGrath did come in here expecting to win. Last year he did extremely well, but last year it was a different McGrath. Now it truly can be said he is a full-time Supercross rider. He just comes out and does this one race because his sponsor, Chaparral, is located 4 miles down the 215.
I'll tell you what, it's just been little mistakes by Jeremy, like we just saw a moment ago from him, that have really cost him. It could be that he's just trying a little too hard with not enough preparation. I mean, with Jay Leno and golf tournaments, all the PR he did leading into this race, I just don't think he came in as prepared as he really needed to be.
Taking a look at our current leader, Ricky Carmichael, who won the first moto and has led every lap so far of this one. But Sebastian Tortelli not that far away. For this week's Honda Profile, we turn to Sebastian with Leanne Tweeden.
All right, thanks, Sebastian, for inviting us out here with your workout. We want to know, like, how important is working out to racing in Supercross?
Workout is very important because instead of only riding, you work out at the gym and make your muscle maybe a little bit stronger. At least when you get on the bike, it's a little bit easier. Like you don't get tired as fast, and you just have more power to, you know, if something happens, you can fight with the bike.
Well, not only do you work out, you have a personal trainer that's actually here with us today that's working you out. What's the advantage to having him?
I think it's always better to have somebody with you because, you know, sometimes you just push you a little bit. You know, one day you are tired and you don't want to do too much.
Right.
And, you know, that
happens. You have a trainer.
You know, that happened like to everybody.
Right.
And to have a trainer, you know, that just like keep you going and keep you work. That's very good.
All right, Sebastian, now that we're pretty good and warmed up, tell me, what does your daily workout consist of?
Leanne, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Go work out. After warm up, we do just the chest, you know, just because we're loosening up the legs first, and now we start the chest. So we do 10 reps, and that's for the
upper body.
Upper body.
So you're pretty flexible too?
Yeah, I try to be.
Right. Well, I think that's an important thing that a lot of guys don't stretch out as well.
That's, you know, stretch out is very good because when you crash, you just can, you know, your body is just like going around and make it easier.
Well, thank you, Sebastian, for taking me through your workout today. I'm so glad it's over.
No, it's not over. We didn't
What?
finish yet. You forget about the run.
A run?
Yeah, run.
Oh my God, I don't think I can do it.
Well, Sebastian's doing it. He's hanging on to Ricky Carmichael, and Carmichael's got a challenge on his hands.
I'll tell you what, I know Carmichael trains, but I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say I don't think he trains as hard as Tortelli. You can look at their bodies and kind of see that. But right now, Tortelli is pushing him, and he is forcing Ricky Carmichael to dig deep, and it's all hard at this point.
So far, Carmichael has not made a crucial mistake, as Tortelli's been pressuring him now for at least the last 5 laps.
No, I think what's happening here is they're both going as fast as they can, and they've got an even pace. You see it a lot in car racing. You know, you just don't gain a second here and a second there. It's a 1/10 of a second, or you get lucky, or it's a pit stop. Here, there's no pit stops. You just get a pit board. That's it. You've got to go the distance. And when I think you're going to see a fluctuation in this lead is when they get into lapped riders or if Ricky cracks.
Incidentally, this is the battle for the overall. If Ricky wins his second moto, he takes the overall. But if Sebastian comes back, he'll win the overall with a 2-1.
And Kevin has done a much better job this moto. No, he's not on the pace of the guys out front, but he has pretty much stayed the same gap behind him in third. He's held everyone else back there. He's definitely taken care of the rest of the pack, which is a lot more than he did in the first moto.
A strong performance from Kevin Windham, number 14.
I think the first moto, he was just probably mad at himself, or he might have got a little bit of a verbal bashing in the pits. Who knows? But he definitely didn't ride up to his potential. He had the lead. He had a big lead, as a matter of fact, and lost it. Here he has definitely picked up the pace.
So out in front, we've got Carmichael and Tortelli pretty close to one another. And then here in third, Kevin Windham, with Greg Albertine behind him, should he make a mistake. Albertine's a phenomenal story. I mean, if he finishes like he is right now with 3-5, it's so much better than his championship season in his opener last year.
He's got to be happy with the way, you know, starts definitely help, but I'm looking at the fact that he came into this race with a serious injury, not 100%, and his result is much better than last year. That's impressive.
Our Suzuki trivia question: which rider won Glen Helen in '98? The answer in a moment. Welcome back, and the answer to our Suzuki trivia question: which French rider won Glen Helen in '98? It wasn't Tortelli. That was '99. It was Mikel Pichon with a 5-1. Mikel now back with the GP motocross circuit in Europe as we take a look at our leader, Ricky Carmichael. Carmichael still has Sebastian Tortelli behind him, but Carmichael has been able to step it up and keep it at a high pace.
He's had to, because Tortelli has stepped it up. There goes Carmichael again, reaching for his helmet. He does that all the time, doesn't even know why. It's just a habit. But Tortelli has picked it up, and it's forced Carmichael to pick it up. That's what you have to do. Even if Tortelli can't win this moto, you've got to test Carmichael and find out. Call his bluff.
There's Jeremy McGrath, number 2. And Mike LaRocco's starting to make a move on Jeremy.
Now, Jeremy was all by himself the whole time after Villeman got around, riding his tail off. LaRocco caught him. He's anxious to see if Jeremy can hang with him now, because LaRocco is closed about a second a lap. He really had to pin it on the downhill. Took a little bit of a chance, got up next to him right here on the inside. And compared to the other berms at the bottom of the downhill, the inside one here seems to pay off, and Rocco found it and made the pass on Jeremy. Now I'm anxious to see if Jeremy can hang.
It's going to be interesting to see where Jeremy hangs his hat next year. His contract with Mazda Chaparral Yamaha is up this season. He's got to have a lot of options after another championship year in Supercross.
Sure, 70 wins, 7 championships in 8 years, an appearance on Jay Leno. You know, he could take the sport even to another level. Robbie Reynard has hung with LaRocco. As LaRocco has made his push through the pack, Reynard has been there the whole way, and I can't remember too many times where Reynard has been able to find his way around McGrath, and I don't think McGrath wants to start his summer vacation getting passed by Robbie.
We've got a battle going on right now. David Villeman wants 4th position, and Greg Albertine currently is there, but Greg is going to have to step it up another notch. He's been in a fairly comfortable pace, David.
Well, I think he thought he had 4th nailed down, because Villeman was pretty far off the pace a few laps ago. He stepped it up, and as he pointed out, if Albie doesn't pick it up, he's going to lose the spot. That's going to hurt him in the overall. It's points for the championship. Albie doesn't like to get passed. But I got to wonder how much fitness he has coming back from that femur. Villeman has the endurance, and he proved it right there. He gets around.
Albertine doing some slipping and sliding on the inside, and Villeman takes to the outside and moves into 4th.
Yeah, Villeman has definitely been, oh, that could have been ugly. What a save. Tyler Evans went down there the first moto. We showed that, and that could have been the same thing. Watch Albie. He gets into the berm right here. He tries to cut out early. I don't know if that's the best idea. I don't know if he meant that or not. probably want to stay in that berm right there. Try to get all that power. Watch he'll slide a little bit. Look at Villeman, just in a beautiful power slide, almost a wheelie. You know he's getting full traction. Easy pass.
Villeman in 4th place. He's had a good afternoon. Good start on the season for David Villeman.
Well, think about that. He's having a great afternoon, a good start on the season, and he's 4th. So that just goes to show you how much competition there is here in this 250 class. And I don't think he's going to be happy with the afternoon. He's ridden well. I haven't seen any real problems. It's not like he's off the pace, but a crash in the first moto, and took him a little while to get going here in the second moto, battling with McGrath.
There's a huge difference between the U.S. tracks and the European tracks that Villeman is used to. We asked him about the hills here at Glen Helen.
Come down because ours are bumps, and you go so fast, and it's very easy to get to make a mistake, and it's pretty scary sometimes. But that's good for me. It's new. When something is new, it's always very exciting. So I'm very excited to be here.
Well, he certainly made an exciting Supercross season prior to this series out of it, with 4 wins, 12 podiums, 2nd in points. His worst finish was only a 6th at Pontiac, Michigan.
That was from a terrible start. So the guy has definitely improved over the season, but I'll tell you what, you can't afford any mistakes. We plan on beating Carmichael because he is on his game and confident for the outdoors. We talked about at the top of the show, Daytona was a little bit of a preview, and he is cashing in on that right now.
Our second round telecast will be Saturday, June 3rd at 3 p.m. from the Hangtown Classic in Sacramento. Meanwhile, Ricky Carmichael, who's never lost a moto here on this track, goes for 8 out of 8 when we return. The Chevy Trucks AMA Motocross Series is brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by Honda, the company that defines performance on 2 wheels. Performance first. And by Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and ATVs. Time winding down here at Glen Helen Raceway in our second 250 moto, and it's just been a magnificent performance. A great afternoon for number 4 from Team Kawasaki, Ricky Carmichael.
I'll tell you what it looked like to me, Art, and just watching Ricky, about a lap ago, Tortelli was pretty close. It just looked like Ricky got mad. I mean, he came by us and just pinned it. Looked like he was just having a tantrum out there. He almost didn't even let off through the turn. It seemed like he just opened that gap right back up. Finally broke the spirit of Tortelli, but Tortelli pushed him.
It's amazing he had anything left from the way he was coming down the hills earlier in the race.
Oh, he's been on it all day. And you know what? I think confidence at times, well, I don't think, I know. Confidence and believing in yourself means a lot. And Ricky is very sure of himself outdoors. He's a little bit sketchy indoors, not totally confident he'd go out there and beat McGrath, but outdoors he knows he can beat these guys. You see him looking over, he knows he has finally made Tortelli say uncle and put him away.
Well, he's never been greatly fond of California tracks to begin with.
Oh, he told me, in fact, he's going to take all this confidence to the next round at Hangtown. And, he told me he doesn't even really like that track very much, but wait till we get back east. He goes, I'm going to kill these guys. And, well, today's any indication. You got to believe him.
Sebastian Tortelli has to be smart, though, in the way he reacted. He gave it all he had, but didn't go over the edge enough to blow the points.
No, he was smart. He's looking at the series, and he feels like, he's going to be there at the end. But I'll tell you what, you cannot underestimate Ricky. I did that with Rick Johnson back in 1986. I said, well, he's going to get out of shape and throw one away, and I'll get those points back. You can't get them back when you got a guy winning motos like Ricky's capable of.
A dramatic afternoon for Ricky Carmichael, winning both motos. He's led every lap of this second moto, and he's headed right now for his first checkered flag in 250 motocross action outdoors.
Well, you know what? He's 8 for 8 here at this track, and it doesn't matter what they do to it. Change it, forwards, backwards, it doesn't matter. He is perfect at this place, and here comes Tortelli in second. A pretty smart ride, but he can't afford to let Ricky get too many of those moto wins.
And a good third-place finish for Kevin Windham. Villeman in fourth. Albertine rounds out the top 5. Jeremy McGrath finishing with a 7th. Let's go to Davey now.